What up, YouTube? It's your boy Young Black. I'm gonna try and do a quick enough video for Skyrim. I know I said I wasn't getting no more games, but this is really, to me, this is the last major game for the year. To me, it's the last major game for the year. I don't know what y'all's killer app was, but this was one of them for me. I already got DSX. I already got Dark Souls. I don't play Call of Duty. I got Batman already. I beat that. I was fucking epic. I went to the midnight launch for Skyrim. I had to go out of my town though, even though there's a GameStop in my town and I work at it. I had to go to a different GameStop for the simple fact that my GameStop didn't get enough pre-orders, so we didn't do a midnight launch. All right, so I'm tired of shit right now, and I've been celebrating all night this game. I put numerous amount of hours in Oblivion. I never beat it though. I never beat Oblivion, but I put enough hours in the game to realize how epic that game was. That you could put 50 hours in that game without even touching like the third part of the main quest. You know, that game was truly huge and epic to the point that you didn't really have to even delve into the main parts of the game. You know? So I'm really looking forward to this. You know what I mean? And another thing you gotta have when you buy this game, not too many games will require what I'm about to show you, but this is one of the games that still to this day is worth spending a little bit of extra money just so that you get the strategy guide, right? And you know this strategy guide is worth buying because not too many games have strategy guides that's actually worth paying the extra money for. All right, I see people buying strategy guides for first-person shooters and stuff like that. It's really not worth it. I mean, it's just not. The little things that you're gonna miss, you can go on other websites and find out all the secrets. There's not that much shit there that is worth buying the book, right? It's just stuff that you can just eventually go on the internet and just find, right? So this book, on the other hand, when I turn it, it looks like a regular book when I hold it like this. You turn it sideways, and the book is fucking huge. I mean, the book is huge, $26.99, which is it's most definitely worth it. I didn't get the collector's edition of Skyrim because I got enough man dolls and stuff in my house right now, and I'm actually running out of space. And I'm into dragons, but not really though. I love Lord of the Rings. I love Game of Thrones and those type of stories and shows and everything and movies, but I'm not really into dragons like that. It's not really my thing. You know what I mean? So this is just going to be a really awesome game that's huge. I am into the world that this game is based off of, but when it comes to fantasy Dungeons and Dragons type of worlds, it just depends on the game to me. You know how much I connect with it. I love that this game is really an open world game, a truly open world game, like Grand Theft Auto, Saints Row, um, Just Cause. Those games really hold themselves to being open world games. This is truly an open world game where you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. I mean, there's so many outcomes. You want to be a gladiator in an arena. I haven't played this yet, but I'm pretty sure in Oblivion, you want to be in a gladiator in an arena. You can do that. You want to be a demon slayer. You can do that. You want to be a vampire hunter. You can do that. You want to be a person who just goes dungeon to dungeon collecting treasure. You can do that. I mean, there was just so many choices that the original game Oblivion gave you that I cannot wait to play this game. You know what I mean? And I also seen a comparison video that it showed the 360 version had really, really low textures, and the PS3 version looked a lot better. So I bought the PS3 version, and the game is not on multiple discs. So I figured that if they squeezed everything onto a Blu-ray, it's better for me to. I mean, if they squeezed everything onto a DVD for the Xbox after seeing all these games come out this year and then multiple DVDs, I figured I better get the Blu-ray edition, the better disc comparison edition, that had the better media disc. So I figured to get the DVD edition. You gotta excuse me, I'm tired as hell. So I figured to get it for the PS3 because it's on one disc on both systems. I said so the PS3 version probably is the better version this time around for the simple fact that they crammed everything on one disc on both systems. And I'm thinking they did that because a lot of games was showing how the Xbox 360 is starting to be dated and have multiple discs for their games now. And they made sure they crammed it on. So I said maybe the PS3 might have won out this time. So I decided to get it for the PS3. If you didn't get the strategy guide, this is a game that for sure I can recommend to you that you should get the strategy guide because you don't want to miss anything, and the world is phenomenally huge. Okay, so that's a quick overview of everything. This is the front of the strategy guide if you're wondering exactly what it entails. I don't know if you're going to be able to read that, but I'll get it as close as I possibly can. Right, I didn't get collector's edition anything just for the fact, I don't know, I spent so much money on games this year, me and my wife, that I didn't want to get the collector's edition, and I felt it was overpriced. The $150 for a dragon, an art book, which is actually a full-size art book that probably had nice art in it, but I'm not really into the art of the Elder Scroll games too much. If you've seen the Lord of the Rings on Blu-ray or on any high-quality TV, it's like you've seen this type of world before. You know, it wasn't like Gears of War, something that was totally original where you want to see where the art style came from. Originally, it's just basically Dungeons and Dragons to the maximum in this game. You know, without dice rolling combat. It's freeform combat with low standard of dice rolling behind it. And another thing I noticed about this game was that the media behind this game was a lot bigger than Oblivion. There was a lot of people that I've talked to and that was in line that never played an Oblivion. I mean, that never played an Elder Scrolls game before. I mean, they never even played Oblivion, but this game got so much good press that it made them want to go buy it. You know, on the strength of games like Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, and that might have been their first time playing a role-playing game. You know, so I thought that was pretty attractive about the game, too, that it broadened gamers' minds to want them to try something different that they might have never tried before, right? All right, there's a physical map in here. Game in the disc. Let me get you a close-up. For you guys who didn't go get it tonight and might watch my video before you go pick up the game. You know what I mean? Be respectful as possible. Because I wasn't even supposed to get this. So I was blessed and I was able to get it. You know, nice little artwork in the back. We don't get that too often. The paper feels a little thin though. Most of these background papers feel a little thicker than this for a PlayStation game. You know, it feels a little thin. Trying to make sure you can see exactly what the back of the case looks like. It's one of the biggest games this year. Probably seen this 100 times though. So forgive me for going so hard. But this is your game of the year right here. I can hands down say that. Out of all the games this year, trust me. Trust my personal gaming expertise. This is your game of the year. Okay? This is the game that's going to win game of the year for everything this year. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. All right? It's going to be Call of Duty and everything. Call of Duty is going to win best multiplayer for whatever award is given out that category. All right. This is the personal map. Just like in Oblivion, they gave you a map of the entire region that you're going to be able to play in and everything, which is pretty big. A little different, though, is that the map has a weird texture. Right? Touch that. The texture of the paper.
Yeah.
The texture of the paper is a little different. The texture of the paper feels, I don't know, it feels kind of worn or kind of have a partridge type feel of the paper to make it have a little bit more realism, which is kind of cool that they included that. This was something that I seen on the internet that they said that you only get if you pre-ordered it. I didn't pre-order it because the GameStop that I work at didn't have They didn't do a pre-order. They didn't do a midnight release. We only got 12 pre-orders where I live, which was kind of a shame because this is a huge game, and I was kind of upset to see that not too many people went and got the game in the town that I live in the store that I work at. You know, there's no little thing in here for Prey 2, which you guys probably seen already on another video. Dishonored, which I don't know too much about. I'm gonna do a little more research. I think I might have seen a trailer for this already. Maybe that's about it, but I don't remember it because I've seen a lot of trailers recently. Show you the book. Strategy guide quickly. I don't think this is going to have too much color in it just for the fact that it has so many pages. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. There's a lot of maps in here. And all the little tiny screenshots are in color. Which I didn't expect because this book has so many pages. You would think that they would try to keep the most amount of color out of here as possible. You know, it's not no big, beautiful pictures. There's not a lot of big, beautiful artwork. But, I mean, there's no artwork in here at all. Which is not disappointing. I mean, if you want art for this game, the collector's edition is the way to go. It comes with a really nice art book. But not my type of game to get a collector's edition for. You know, at all. And also, if you buy the strategy guide that I noticed, if I can find it again, I just seen it. There's another map. One of those tearaways. Let's see if I can rip it out of here without ruining it. It's the best I can do. The best I can do on the fly. Okay, this map looks like it's a little better though because it has a lot of icons on it. It's really big, and is actually like a legend for it. This map is a lot bigger in the strategy guide. It can help you a lot, giving you individual locations in legend, and there's like just little locations pointed out everywhere, just to give you an idea how big this game is. This is look, this corner of the map right here, easily. This right here is probably Grand Theft Auto 4 by itself, and this right here is probably this right here is probably New Saints Row. And this right here is probably Grand Theft Auto 4. And that's how big the map is. The map is so big for this game that you probably could fit a couple of games worth of content space in this one game. I don't know how Bethesda does this. It's pretty freaking amazing. And then they also get it on one disc. I mean, the Xbox guys, I don't know. I feel like the Xbox guys, they might be suffering this time around because games are at a level now where the more powerful media disc on the main consoles, meaning Xbox 360 and PS3, the more powerful the content is, the more easier it is for the game to push out the visuals, HD wise, you know. So and what do you call it? See, I'm kind of stuck. So I'm real tired. Probably HD wise and frame rate wise, the stronger disc is gonna win out. You know, so I kind of feel like the PS3 version is the way to go. It's not on multiple discs for this game. So for this game, I feel like if it's not on multiple discs, that means that the PS3 version is probably the better version to get, just for the simple fact that it's a Blu-ray disc. You know what I mean? I mean, we all know that, what is it, Fallout 3 was the best version of, what was it? Fallout 3. The Fallout 3 it was better on Xbox 360 than it was on the PS3. Everybody seen, when you look up at the sky, you see the ring and all that shit. Like, I broke the game down and really tried to see the difference between it. The Xbox 360 version of Fallout 3 is the better version to get. But I'm suggesting you guys get the the PS3 version of this game. Gotta excuse me, it's late. The PS3 version of this game. I'm gonna play it in a minute, and probably tomorrow at some point, I'll let you know about what I think about the visuals in this game, because I already know the combat's gonna be epic. The way the game works, is going to be epic. The mechanics look like they have instant kills and counters now, which is going to make it a lot more epic. So I'll let you know what I think about it later tomorrow when I'm a little bit more well rested. You know, because I'm freaking exhausted right now, man. I wasn't even supposed to get this. I took a cab there and stood in line and had to explain to the people there that I work at another GameStop because I didn't have ID because they were checking ID for a mature game. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I understand you checking ID, but it's midnight launch. You should want to sell as many copies as possible. I don't think ID should hold you back if you're out here, unless somebody looks like they're out there with, you know, just blonde hair and fucking look like you're 16. You know what I mean? I mean, you can tell I'm older than 21. I would think so. I have 2 children. I'm married. I'm older than 21. I can buy this game. But real gamers stand up. I'm exhausted. I'm gonna go try this out at some point tonight, and then I'll get back to you guys tomorrow. That's my little Skyrim unboxing midnight launch. It should be pretty epic. This is your game of the year right here, guys. Make sure you go get this for sure. This is by far. I know I haven't even played it yet. I mean, between this and Batman, this is our game of the year. And Uncharted, I haven't got Uncharted yet, but I've seen a lot about it. I've heard a lot about it from my employees and people on YouTube and around the way. But this right here, from what I heard from the people I communicate with that are in the industry, back and forth through messaging and stuff like that, this is going to be the game of the year for sure. Okay, so make sure you guys go pick this one up. If you're not an RPG fan, research it first. I don't want to get you something that you're not gonna like. If you're not an RPG fan, you didn't play Oblivion or Morrowind, don't go buy this until you research it. But this is gonna be the game of the year for sure. Real gamers stand up. Go get your Skyrim. I got mine. Get yours. Talk to you guys soon.